Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to another reading. I spoke about this in the mass transit video briefly, but I want to elaborate more on it. That the moment Mars entered Scorpio, it also brought some energies from it because in Vedic astrology, every planet aspects another house depending on its gaze. So Mars is bringing its gaze on the sign of Gemini, and Saturn already was doing that. And Saturn was doing that for a very long time. So Saturn has its gaze on Gemini, and now Mars. Both are supposed to be little tough planets when it comes to their gaze. Wherever they are putting their gaze, they are bringing a lot of toughness in that aspect. So, why is this important for you? Because Gemini, whatever your ascendant is, wherever your moon is, wherever your sun is, if it happens to be in Gemini, then it is more important. But then Gemini is somewhere in your birth chart, in some house, and that's where it is bringing the tough aspect, tough transformation, because the eighth aspect of Mars would be a house, transit of transformation for Gemini in whichever house it falls in. If it falls in, suppose, fifth house, it is transformation for your children, transformation in your romantic life, or something of that kind. If it is falling in the ninth house, it might be bringing transformation for your father, teachers, or your relationship with your teachers, father, or your guru, something like that. So this card has fell down. So what this transit is now combined with Saturn, Mars, and bringing something on Gemini, focus on Gemini. It is wherever that Gemini is placed in your birth chart, it is asking you to reflect on that aspect of your life, depending on whichever house it is, or you intuitively know that where Gemini is and what is it bringing to you. But what the cards are telling here is that reflect on that aspect of your life. You are in the process of finding gold there in within yourself. You're in the process of finding light at the end of the tunnel, which is bringing happiness for you, your family, or if you suppose it is your seventh house. What I would say, seventh house is house of partnerships and relationships. So you need to reflect more upon how you conduct your relationships, and the planetary aspect would create such kind of situation which will facilitate that reflection, to find that light at the end of the tunnel, to find formally have good relationships with people. If you want to have a family, you can create that family, and it can be any other kind of relationship also, your significant other, business partner, your colleague, or somebody. You would hit a cordial relationship with them. But then the Seven of Swords is bringing a sense of warning, and what kind of warning it is. That don't feel too comfortable around this sense of family right now, because there is more to come in future which would bring little instability. But then the Seven of Swords itself is, what the cards are telling is that is not very significant. It's only going to teach you some more lessons to make your life little more stable around relationships. Yeah, there would be people who would challenge you, but then the sun energy showing up there is saying that don't worry much about this, because this is not going to be a very big challenge that people around you who are jealous of you, because you have suddenly found the light and you are suddenly making the relationships very cordial. What it looks like is that the jealous people will find some loopholes and they will try to pull you down, but then there would be so much light around you that you would show that what they're doing to you could show that very easily, and then you will again find that stability and move forward with success in your life. again, whichever aspect, wherever Gemini is placed, relate to that aspect. While you are moving forward with success, there is either you who is having insecurity, or somebody else again having insecurity and not sleeping properly, uh, needs to work on using their creativity more closely. It might be you, because in past you were quite creative. With a lot of instability around you, you lost your creative touch, and now that you're moving forward, you are not finding that confidence to use your creativity wisely, and you are feeling stuck. And what the cards are telling is that uh, if you knows any goddess energy which is related to knowledge in your own uh, religion, then it is fine, pray to her. If not, I can suggest you pray to goddess Saraswati. Goddess Saraswati is the energy which brings knowledge, creativity, and abundance from knowledge through Goddess Lakshmi. They are sisters in a way, but then, yeah, you need to have a strong knowledge base to attract more wealth. So you need to have good Saraswati energy around you. So pray to her, and she will bring blessings to you. And then these two cards jump out, that when you would pray to Goddess Saraswati, she would bring you some light how impractical you are in your life, and how much practicality is required in your life. And somewhere that practicality will get developed in that process, and that will bring more success to your life, more abundance in your life. It's almost like Goddess Lakshmi showering her uh, wealth on you. And it is more, I have recently wrote a blog post on my website about Goddess Lakshmi. I'll link that in the description. Please read that, the different forms of Goddess Lakshmi, and how and when, not how, but when you pray for two different forms of Lakshmi to get what in your life. So I'll leave that link in the description. If you want, you can read that. And what I'm seeing here is that there is a lot of new light coming out to you in next 40-45 days, which is making you more abundant in that aspect of life where Jupiter rules in your birth chart, and showing you possibilities in future, great possibilities. And you know how much you can achieve, and how much is something that you cannot achieve, but then you are quite happy with your achievements, and you know who are the people who need to enjoy this success, this achievement with you, and who are the people you should just stay away from, leave them behind. And then we have Knight of Wands and Knight of Pentacles, which is telling me that you, when you find that success in the form of knowing your passion and moving forward in that aspect of your life, what I'm seeing here is that you, for some reason, uh, would follow the passion very strongly, and you would feel that the material benefits that are coming on your side are slowly building up, and it's building up with a very strong foundation to achieve this King of Pentacles for you. So it is like success building up for you in a slow and progressive way, but in a very stable way. Nobody can destroy it, and that foundation is very important for you, and you are feeling very blessed with that. And because the foundation is now so strongly built in your life, you feel that the life is changing for good, and this change is going to be very quick. You would quickly snap out from your old past bad karmic energy, because you have paid off the debt. Mars is actually the planet which actually releases you from your bad debts. So Mars in this process, along with Saturn energy, is actually pulling you out of from that bad debt and helping you to transform your life very quickly and make uh, good healthy choices for your future. And when I'm seeing the Lovers card, I'm if Gemini happens to be in your seventh house, there is a good possibility to find a life partner by 15th of January. And then these three cards fall out, which is like end of the bad phase. The World card is like end of bad phase, and then you're moving away from your past to future possibilities. And let's not open more cards to see what are the future possibilities, because we already have a lot of indications, and let the planets play out on their own. So this is a beautiful reading, giving me an assurance that your karmic debt is over wherever Gemini falls right now in that aspect. If it is in the sign of, it's if it is in the 11th house, Gemini in the 11th house, it is almost like end of losses through your friends. Your friends might always create losses for you, and that is coming to an end right now. And then if it is Gemini is in your 6th or 12th house, something related to hospitals, something related to your health, something related to unhealthy competitions, something related to your sleep patterns, everything is going to change for good. So that is your reading. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to have a personal reading with me, visit my website astrolog.com. Until next time, bye bye and namaste.